I'm going to call the meeting of the Finance and Facilities Committee to order, and we're going to do the pledge. The flag right there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. All right. I'm going to take nominations for committee chair.
I would like to nominate Jeremiah Nault for the committee chair.
Okay. You're going to second that?
Wow. I would second that and accept it with humble acceptance.
Just endorsing yourself is pretty not humble, but okay.
Any discussions?
Okay.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You can take over the meeting.
Congratulations.
Great.
Let's see.
Well, with no joint agenda to review from last time.
Yeah, for the record, we should put into the maybe the public record that we're combining.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So new for the, geez, what are we in?
2024.
2024-2025 school year. We have chosen, at the direction of the chairwoman of the school board, to combine the facilities and finance subcommittees. And so this is our first combined meeting. We have Micah and I here, and Rick is excused from tonight's meeting. So it'll just be the two of us here to address the issues of the facilities and finance subcommittee. So Matt, do you what agenda items do you have for us to address this evening?
All right. So the first one is I have my business administrator's comments, and so tonight I tried to limit it because I have two items that I really need recommended.
Are these loaded in the folder that we can review?
They are. If you load the agenda, each of the items are linked.
Hyperlinked.
Under
So,
which folder?
I gotta get
Under
back
the
to it.
school board?
Shared drives in finance agenda minutes. Oh no, sorry. In wait, where is it?
That's what we're asking you, Matt.
Shared with
It's in the finance directory.
Ah,
shared
yep.
drives.
Yep. And then go to 2024
Got it.
For
April.
Okay, we'll get there. April, yep. Oh yeah, okay.
business administrator comments.
Yes. That's what I'm working on right now. It's almost easier if you start off with the agenda and then you'll see everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Which agenda?
Yeah,
The only thing that's
we're seeing March 20th.
Yeah, it's March 20th.
That's the one.
You're on that one.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I tried to do this in March.
Oh, okay.
no, because you're okay. So
We're
excellent job.
trying to follow along here.
Okay. We
Sorry.
called to order. We did number. We're already on number 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll need to modify the date on that.
Yeah.
So the third.
I'll put in
Okay.
April 10th at the top.
I got you.
Great. Okay.
In there.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's great.
All right.
Okay.
So inflation's at 2.4%. The financial condition of the school district, I gave you guys a link of all the open purchase orders in the system. Let's see, cash balance of the school district as of the end of January is $6,298,180. That's the combined amount that's held at both TD Bank and the state pool, which is New Hampshire PDIP. Revenues through the end of January, and just remember, January was the last month that was reconciled for me when I set this up.
Mhm.
We've received all the February ones, and they've since been reconciled through February. So revenues through January, $33,771,253. Notable revenue recorded during the period is investment income of $19,840. Still, that's a high rate. Impact fee revenue from the town of Kingston for $41,349.34. Adequacy aid from the state of New Hampshire for $930,962, and special education aid for $342,010. Non-health insurance expenditures through the end of January was $16,449,332. Encumbrances remaining are $13,691,984. The remaining appropriation that was unspent was $2,367,165, or 7.28%. Notable changes include $777,807 for out-of-district special education placements. There weren't any other notable items that were of any significant amount during that period. Health insurance expenditures through January was $2,329,863. Encumbrances were $2,412,811. The amount remaining is $786,350, or 14.21%. 22%. Under facilities, we're having a billing dispute with Johnson Controls.
What do they do?
They would, let's see, they would come in for like 15 minutes and bill us for an hour.
I remember this.
Oh,
Okay.
Or we'll show up without phone call, letting us know they're on site, and then when we weren't there, they would charge us and leave without
Yeah.
phone call.
Yeah.
And we have Johnson Controls for the fire alarm system,
Yeah.
the announcement system.
mhm.
Just those two pieces, right?
Yeah, just the fire systems and PA.
Yeah.
When did
And-
this dispute begin?
It began back in December when the amplifier got blown.
It's like, I feel like it's a
That
few
was one
months
of the
old.
disputes.
Yeah.
And then the fire systems, and the alarm systems that we use to code everybody in and out for their, was a portion of it too, and that took place last month.
I have run up and spoken to vice presidents of the company and voiced my displeasure, and they don't care.
Yep.
Okay. The only way we're going to be bringing a proposal to this committee at the next meeting to address the announcing system. We really need to move away from this company.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the financial impact of the dispute?
Each time they come out here, something like $4,000 for
Yeah,
like
not bad.
$1,000 worth of work.
The other thing we would do too is they bring a tech out and they need to show up and say, well, I don't know how to do this. I got to bring a specialist in, and they knew exactly what they were here for. So he would leave and send another tech back to the original tech. So now you're being billed for double trip charges, double manpower charges, double fuel charges, everything.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's ridiculous.
So have we put a cease and desist on further work being conducted by
Right
them?
now, we are kind of stuck with Johnson Controls.
Okay.
We do have another vendor who has peeked at the system, peeked at the announcement system, not the fire alarm system. And they were able to kind of cruise through the system in like 15, 20 minutes, figure out what the problem was, make some adjustments, and our problems have gone away. Where it's taken hours for Johnson Controls to get nothing done.
Sure.
So
So should we put a cease and desist to arriving unannounced and unobserved?
oh no, they only come when we ask them to come.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But they're a proprietary company. We can only get the parts from them.
Our vendors can get the parts through them. Sometimes when some of the stuff needs to be maintained as far as the fire systems go,
Yeah.
like the main panel,
Mhm.
Johnson Controls is the only one that's allowed in that panel.
Mhm.
We use Hampshire Fire for our fire systems now. So if one of those enunciators go out, they have the ability to purchase it through Simplex or Johnson Controls to repair it themselves.
Okay. So what are you asking us to do?
I'm just
What
warning you guys
Okay.
that this is going to be
Situational
coming.
awareness.
Yep. No decision tonight.
Yep.
This is going to be, we're going to be bringing some information for you guys to consider.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
At a future date.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Auditorium is complete.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'd love to invite the school board to come in and
Play with the lights.
see the
fantastic.
system run.
We
That's
saw, I
great.
mean, if it was in full swing at young Sherlock Holmes, right? That was pretty good.
Seemed to be, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
That's great.
Okay. Actually, I'd like to schedule the next meeting at Memorial because we're going to have some issues at Memorial.
Okay.
Okay. If that's okay with you guys, and it would be better if we could do it not on a school board night.
I was gonna
So we
say,
can
yeah.
just walk through.
That'd be
I
good,
want you
yeah.
to see the ramps, because we want to propose to replace the ramps. My guys are just done trying to keep those things going.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. The facilities manager prepared a list of departmental projects that he's working on. I gave you a link to that.
Is that you, Dan?
This week.
Mm-hmm. I just want you to see tonight we're going to be talking about the vent track. We're going to be talking about the floor scrubbers. He's got a problem with the water tank over at Chase Field House. He wants to line the tank here at the high school, and we just changed out the lights in the gymnasium, and the games are easier to see now.
That was a huge,
Yeah,
that was a complaint that a lot of people were.
a lot of people were complaining about that.
Yep.
Are we going through these one by one or?
No, I'm just kidding. That I'm giving you, those are highlights.
Okay.
Okay, because really, the big thing for me tonight is recommendation to the school board for the vent track, recommendation to the school board for the floor scrubbers, and then we have 3 budget adjustments. So I need decisions on those 5 items. So I just want to make sure that you know what Dan is working on right now. Those are the big projects that he's working on. Okay.
Of getting us that, those proposals, Dan? Is that what?
You can see the proposals for the vent track and the floor scrubbers tonight.
Okay, we'll look at
But
it
these
tonight.
other ones will be later on.
Yes.
Okay.
The Newton campus, there's a traffic flow. Dan and I have been talking about a potential choke point for traffic flow for the old middle school, because now we have SEA and SLC on the property, and Dan has come up with a possible solution. The only concern that I have is we haven't gone through a cycle of actually seeing whether this potential issue is a real issue.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So he wants to do some paving right now. I'm asking to delay right now until we actually have some traffic there and we can see the flow. So if it's going to be a problem, you're going to see Dan come to you in September with a paving project that could alleviate a traffic problem. So it's going to be.
You're anticipating some bottlenecking. Yeah.
Just because of the numbers.
Yeah.
Makes sense. To make the judgment the first week would be very difficult because everybody takes their kid to court
Right.
the first week.
Right.
Yeah. So the decision will probably be made along the second or third week of school as far as, do we need to do something here as far as changing the traffic pattern, widening the road or whatever.
Changing where people park.
Yeah.
And
I agree with waiting, and let's also not plug, or let's not pre-decide that we're going to do a paving project without seeing how it's going to go. Because in my mind, I also think about that one area where there's we don't fit many parked cars. I think it's 5 that would open up
on the left, right there,
on the left as you pull in
where the
to SEA.
right in front of that basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we eliminate 5 parking spots, but don't have to spend $100,000, and we just have those 5 people park somewhere else, you know what I mean? So I just want us to be open
As you're pulling into the right when you go to SLC on the left side.
on the left side. Yep.
Yeah, there's 12 spots there.
Those are
And
12.
then
Okay.
there's another 4 that are parallel parking. As you get
Okay.
down towards the modular trailers.
Yeah, I'd have to. This would be a good project to go and see.
Yeah,
We don't
next
want them to
meeting, we
walk
don't
back
want
in.
it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
And then tonight I'm going to ask you for a recommendation to the full school board for the vent track tractor, 3 floor scrubbers, and 3 edging machines. So if we can move back to the agenda. Let's see, the vent track.
Yeah, I remember going through this thing in depth, and it's been a while though.
Yeah, exactly. So we've had the head of grounds go through an evaluation, and really the evaluation is multi-layered. Okay. The first one is we have some aging equipment. So he's really asking to replace some equipment. Okay. Also to go through and do an inventory of the equipment that he has on hand and whether he can consolidate, and he can. Okay. This machine is going to consolidate several different machines together. to try to get a more efficient operation. So instead of getting like 3 different machines to do 3 different tasks, he's getting one with one engine and different attachments for this machine. Okay. So,
No, go ahead. I have a question, but
so we'd be looking to part with a mower.
What page are you on?
I'm on the first page.
Okay.
I'm reading from the second paragraph of my background.
Trying to find you there. Okay.
Okay. We're going to keep the John Deere diesel tractor for the time being. But the Smithco infield groomer and bunker machine would go. And what else?
Here's some smaller implements that would. probably-
Smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, when the John Deere tractor does wear out, that would get replaced with other add-ons to this Ventrac. Okay.
okay.
So the total cost of the equipment after the trade-in is $106,087. We can lease it over a 5-year period. The leasing cost is $26,303.99. The first payment would occur after fiscal year 25 next year. So it would be,
So we pay an extra 21,000 in interest.
no, well, the interest
Eventually.
rate is it's like 5.77%.
Yeah, but on this slide on page 5, you have
Maybe 5.
the amortization schedule.
Yeah. 21.
Makes sense. 26 grand times
Yeah.
5, right?
Well, yeah,
Plus interest.
right. That cost doesn't include the future attachments, though.
Correct.
And my hope is when we surplus the John Deere tractor, obviously there'll be a trade-in value on that, which would be probably significant. That would offset the cost of some of those attachments plus a new implement as far as removing snow.
Is there a worry about putting the proverbial eggs all in one basket?
Yeah.
Like at the machine? Well,
This was
No,
our-
it's a legit question because we're
Right.
asking a lot for that machine to do
Like,
numerous tasks.
yeah, because all of a sudden you have a,
So,
It breaks and it
and
doesn't
my
move, you
game
can't do
plan,
anything.
if I can talk about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that as these other zero-turn mowers need to be replaced, we would replace it with another Ventrac
oh, okay.
tractor that could use all those other
The
implements.
attachments, okay.
Yes,
So you get some interchangeable.
absolutely, absolutely. So that would be my hope in the future, that as we're
Mhm.
replacing these zero-turn mowers, we just replace it with a Ventrac, and then
Right,
we would basically have a micro fleet of Ventracs.
right, okay.
So,
And then one other piece of equipment he's thinking about is a skid steer.
yeah, when we get rid of the John Deere tractor, we do need something for heavy snow removal, dirt moving and all that.
Mhm.
The Ventrac is not capable of doing that, obviously. But I think as far as an investment being worthwhile for a school, I think a skidder would be the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we do have a large project that requires a certain implement, we can rent those easily to put on a skidder to accomplish whatever we need. Plus, they can move snow. It reaches high enough to dump into the bed of our trucks,
Mhm.
So, and we have a trailer for it already.
But that's in the future. That's just
Yeah, it'd be a couple years off.
Yeah,
for trucks. Just as a side note to continue on that, instead of getting like a dump truck, we would get a roll off, and the roll off truck can have different kinds of attachments that would go on the back, like a flatbed. It would also have a dump body. So we're
Salter.
trying to
Salter.
like consolidate the fleet and make it more efficient.
And get rid of some of these big trucks we have, because a lot of the trucks we have, we can get by with just a 1-ton pickup with a Tommy lift on the back.
Right.
Yeah.
And save money that way also.
that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, so the next big thing is school board policy DGAE requires us to get 3 competitive quotes. Dan called multiple vendors throughout the United States. They all gave him the same price.
It's a
Exactly
government
the
Because
same,
it's the,
right?
Government price.
Okay,
well, we satisfied the.
Yeah.
Thing.
we would rather use the local vendor, which is in Derry.
Well, yeah, we still got 3. Well,
Yeah, we got,
Yep.
if we got quotes and
We
they're
got
all the
quotes.
same, then
Yeah.
yeah,
I
they-
feel like that passes.
They don't have
What
to
do
be
you think,
different.
Jeremiah?
of course.
He's got that look. I'm just kind of checking in with him.
He's elsewhere, I feel like.
Careful, break your ankle.
I think he needs coffee.
We'll tell you.
personally, but
We'll tell you.
No,
about the
I think
tagline.
there's a lot to this, and I'll be honest with you, Rick was heavily involved in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had some real concerns. I still have some concerns.
Okay.
So I don't want to interrupt you if you were midway through a train of thought.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So the question here comes back to one of the things that Micah said, which is right now it's, hey, we got some stuff needs to be replaced. We're going to get this Ventrac. It's going to do this. I don't even know what we have. What's the inventory of what we're replacing? I would love to see this is how many pages was this? 30?
It's in there.
Where is it? What page?
I'm trying to hit the link on it.
I got link issues too.
Yeah, I have
We
link
did an
issues.
evaluation of the equipment we have and what the
Yep.
value is of the equipment at this point.
I have to download it.
So are we replacing mowers, snow blowers, field rakes?
So we're replacing the field rakes. We have a Kubota snow blower that it just won't run anymore. Every time we have a snowstorm, it breaks down.
Yep.
It's a large piece of equipment.
Where's that at?
It's in the back shed here
We snow blow here at the
at the high school.
high school with it. Okay.
It'll replace one mower, one of the zero-turn mowers.
Yep.
And then a lot of the smaller implements that would fit on the John Deere tractor, we can get rid of because now we can buy new implements for the Ventrac. And it's more gentler on our fields too, as far as the football and baseball fields.
Yep.
You put that big heavy tractor out there, you risk
Okay.
damaging the field. And that's what's nice about the Ventrac. Very maneuverable,
Got
light with the implements.
So where is the where are the implements, the list of implements
These
we're going
are
to
all-
buy in that
Mhm.
cost?
These are these, right? They're all listed out on 6, 7.
So this is what I mean though. So,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
so,
these are all the implements right here.
okay. So so we're buying all these implements?
Well, these
One of
are
each, two of
options
each?
and implements. Remember, like the Ventrac, if we get the Ventrac, we want to get a cap for it in the winter time.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which is an option that's in there.
So that's what I'm saying though. So I don't know what you're asking of us other than can we buy the Ventrac and then is it next meeting that you tell me we want a cab, we want 2
No.
snow blower attachments? Like
So what
when?
you want is what's the amount and what are we doing?
The amount's 106,000.
Yep. Got that.
Okay. And
You said that was without implements.
no,
Oh, that's
that's with
complete.
some implements, but not all of them.
Right.
Okay. Because it doesn't include like some of the parts that would be the same as the John Deere tractor.
So what does it include? I just want to know.
Does it include all the implements that we want?
It includes all the implements we want for the machinery that we're replacing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, like the infield groomer.
Yep.
It has an implement to do the infield grooming.
Yep.
Okay, so I can sell off that infield groomer.
Okay.
And
Got
our
it.
infield groomer is typically used on the John Deere tractor.
You know what would be cool
Yep.
would be a T-chart. A T-chart would be like, for if you spend 106,000 in the left column, this is what we're
Here
buying.
you go.
On the right
I'll
column,
tab
this is
that
what we're
in place as far as all
Oh,
the
there we go.
implements that we want to get for that. For
Okay.
tabbing it. So it would be this tracker,
Okay.
with these implements that are tabbed. So you can physically see what they look like.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
What do you like?
Wayne pulled this together. These are the Ventrac tractors. Okay, these are all the implements right here, and these are all the pieces of equipment that it would eventually replace. Okay,
What does green represent?
we were just probably doodling at the time. Okay, and so like we would keep the John Deere tractor, so we're not asking for these pieces like the pallet fork.
You'd still have the John Deere tractor.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
it's
right.
on the John Deere tractor.
When the John Deere tractor goes away, we would have to get these pieces to replace the John Deere tractor.
So it's a phase in and out.
Right.
And how soon do we think the John Deere tractor is going to need to be replaced?
It's not. Right now, it only has about just over 3,000 hours.
That means nothing to me.
What's typical?
It's-
replacement lifetime?
I would say,
Depending on how you use it, obviously, we're rough on the tractors with snow removal and everything. I would
Yes.
say we probably get another 2 to 3 years out of it before we need to start thinking about
Okay.
replacing.
yeah, okay. The infield mower has almost 5,000 hours on it. The Kubota that we want to replace has almost 13,000 hours on it.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that equate to?
Last.
50% life, 75%
Yeah, that's what I was
life.
looking for, yeah.
And we
Depends on
know,
what you're doing.
right, we
depends
know
on the
we
work.
can't nail it down, but like, can we get a rough, like, is
Yeah.
that 1 year away from dying or like, oh no, these things last 27 years, you're good.
we're probably realistically
Like my
3/4 of the lifespan on this equipment. So
Okay.
it's something where we're gonna have, if one of those zero turns go, our next step would probably be to replace it.
Okay.
So-
To give you a comparison, if you were to drive a car at 65 miles an hour for 100,000 miles, okay,
Or anything in the same thing. Go ahead.
it's only 1,500 hours. If you drove a car for 65 miles an hour for 100,000 miles, it's only 1,500 hours.
That's 4 times around the planet.
Okay. That tractor's been going for 13,000 hours.
So it's been around the planet how many times?
How many solar?
I'm glad you took the job.
How many
Like, this is
solar
starting to fun, huh?
eclipses?
I'm glad they
This
have a
is the
sense of
fun one. That's the
humor
boring
now.
meeting.
Yeah. This is the more fun one.
So how many solar eclipses has that tractor seen?
Too many.
You make an equivalent. An
Some of
equivalency
it's
to
older
boat
than you
motor
are.
hours.
For both what?
Boat motor hours.
Boat motor
Can
hours?
you make some kind of equivalent?
Oh yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same. It's pretty much the same. Like 1,000 hours on a motorboat. It's really starting to kind of get,
It's kind of adding up at 1,000.
yeah, it
Right.
is.
Okay.
All right.
This-
I like
this-
to hear
Are we,
my-
are we kind of, so this phone, he looks like a giant.
I know.
This would be like getting a motorboat with like
Use that thing from the
13,000
80s,
hours
that
on it.
template.
This is handy.
13,000?
No, I'm kidding.
13,000. That
I did that only
that the
because I knew
snowblower
you
has
wanted to know what the stuff was.
13,000
I know,
hours
right,
on
I
it.
love it.
So what I'm saying though is if you're telling me that the snowblower, the Kubota,
The Kubota,
On
yes.
the tab, is it this side? That's what
13,000
you're getting
hours on.
because the sticker's on
Yes.
this side? Or
It
that's-
is
is he saying
tired.
that's 75% of his life, roughly?
That's what
Is he?
What's that?
The
The
Kubota
Kubota
is at
is
75%?
That's what
That
you just
Kubota
said.
is-
I'm saying, oh, no, the
No,
Kubota
John's
is,
here.
that's done.
The
Oh,
Kubota
The
is dead.
Kubota's
We
dead.
cannot.
Yeah, the
So we
Kubota
have a
is,
2,000 hour four-stroke motor here. Like it's,
See, the mowers are a little bit different than the Kubota because the Kubota is used for blowing snow and it's a lot of
Harder on it.
hours. On
it used to have a lawnmower attachment on it. It has died
Yeah,
like a decade ago.
so
That Kubota is,
it's done. In
Yeah,
fact,
right.
it's not running now.
I think what we're getting at, if I'm broad stroke describing the problem right,
Please.
is we're gonna make an initial investment to get more efficient with a piece of equipment that's gonna take care of a lot of stuff. And as we move forward, instead of spending money on maintaining failing equipment,
Mhm.
we're gonna start leveling up the stuff, this new stuff that we have to be more efficient in the long run.
Mhm.
Does that feel like it's right?
yeah, it's gonna
And
take,
this brand is that brand it's like, this is what we want to level up with. the
yes,
Ventrac brand.
yes.
In most large institutions, universities,
Mhm.
this is what they use for their grounds.
You're not just saying that because you tabbed out.
No,
No.
you will,
He spent all this time.
Okay.
Phillips, that's here, you go to,
Yeah.
UNH,
Yeah.
whatever, this is what they're driving.
Yeah.
you're gonna see the state of New Hampshire use those things
He's
on the
just playing
steep,
with you.
Yeah.
on the steep
Yeah,
hills,
I don't
mowing the
question-
steep
I don't
hills.
question
Okay.
the equipment. part,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So on that spreadsheet, like you get aerator, bloomer, roller, everything you find on like baseball fields,
Yeah.
fields,
Yep.
rakes, everything. It's
So
a nice
we
attachment.
replace a
And then
dying
when you get
piece
to
of
the bottom of
equipment.
the list, it'll have a.
And we're gonna get rid of
If you go to
other
the
pieces of
bottom, it'll
equipment.
show you the equipment.
So
Oh,
we're
yeah?
trying to consolidate
Oh,
down into,
Consolidations.
Yeah, so the yellow ones are
And
the
then
ones.
we are
where
living
we're gonna keep
dangerously-
That piece of equipment. and that
Not
piece of
really,
equipment.
because this thing's
Yeah.
brand
Yellow
new.
ones are we're gonna
Yes.
surplus.
And by the time it
Right.
starts to become
And
dangerous
that's
to
the
have all
value
our
of them
stuff
over on the right side.
That's
on
right.
on one engine.
yes,
So
get
yellow
another
we're
one.
surplusing.
Okay.
Yes.
Red, we're gonna
Okay.
keep
But we're not
them.
getting all
And
the
then we get
implements.
another
But now,
benefit
because
out
we
of
have the
it.
implements and we can check.
that's right.
Okay.
How much does this thing cost without the implements?
Uh,
No,
without the implements,
It should be
it's,
the top of the list.
yeah,
where is it?
it's like,
33.7, is it?
31.
31.3.
That's the Kubota.
Oh.
That's
Which
the,
list?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
There's so many lists here. I don't
What list?
have enough time.
Is it the 26?
okay,
I'm sorry, no, that's the least price. So it's on 110.
$31,341.
Okay, right there,
Okay, that doesn't include, I just started loading
top of the
Mosaic.
list. Okay, so if we,
It says
when we,
Kubota.
where?
31,341
Yeah, that's
says Kubota.
Well, you know what it is?
that with the discount?
That, no, what that was is, the Ventrac with the Kubota motor in it, but we
Oh.
decided we're not gonna go with diesel, we're gonna go with gasoline.
Mhm.
Because it's cheaper, and the guy telling us was saying that the torque was higher, believe it or not.
Really?
With the gas
Really?
motor,
That's
yeah, they're
interesting.
more
No,
efficient than the gas.
But those Kubotas last 13,000 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
They are good
So,
pieces of
so this,
equipment.
so this makes sense to me that, so it's like, you spend 110, you get all these pieces, you get rid of some stuff. Later on, you're like, we're gonna get another one. It's only 31 though, because we don't need all the pieces.
That's right.
And
Well, you're gonna have to get the mower attachment for that other one, so you're gonna have two mowers
right.
at the same time.
Okay.
But you're not gonna need like a snow blower,
Yep.
because one's gonna have a bucket and the other one's gonna have a snow blower.
They're really silky on that all-weather cab, huh?
Yeah.
And so where are we going to store these things?
In the facilities garage over here.
Okay.
So
They're both going to stay over here.
yes,
So how are you going to transport it to the field?
Well, that's why we have these other zero turn. Oh, as far as ball field maintenance,
Yeah.
we'll trailer. We have trailers that will just get it up on the trailer and transport it.
Okay.
like any other landscaping company,
Yeah.
we have
We
like
have 2
landscaping
box
trailers.
And we have 2 flatbed trailers.
Are you going to come back and ask me for a new trailer next time?
No, they already got that. That was last
Grease the
summer.
wheel bearings,
And this will fit in it, so.
grease those wheel bearings.
No, we got the trailers last summer and they loved them.
Okay.
We should have bought those trailers years ago.
Which were they covered box trailers, cover trailers, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're box trailers.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
keep all their equipment in there and they go out to the site and work.
What's the recommendation on lease versus buy it?
Let's see, if I just buy it outright, it's actually gonna take money away from reducing the tax rate. So right now, we're saying that there's $1 million that's gonna be
Right.
available to reduce the tax rate. It's gonna make that argument much more difficult, okay?
Okay,
You're talking like 6 cents to Newton and I calculated Kingston at what?
It was like 4.5 or something. In there.
No, Kingston, I think was higher. It was almost like 11 cents to the tax rate. Okay,
Whereas
If-
if you lease it,
if I lease it, we're spreading the pain over a 5-year period.
Mhm.
Okay, and you're not gonna see the impact of that until December of 25.
so you don't pay a payment until December of 25.
Well, it's not gonna hit your tax rate until December of 25.
And how much money do we spend if we lease it? Like,
It's
so
an
it's
extra
100 and-
it's an extra 20 grand, 21.
Yeah.
In interest.
Over 5 years, right?
Yeah,
over
that's
5
super
years.
tough. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
It is
Yeah.
a lot.
It's a-
That,
I
and
don't know
that's
if
why,
that's the best fiscal.
what,
The best way to do is
21,000?
Pay for it.
You just wanna pay for it outright?
Well, no, I'm asking you, like, so you guys are managing the
I'm-
budget for the district. I
I'm
don't,
used to school board members going, I'd rather lease and get the refund of the money now. Okay. So this would be a change for me because I thought we were going to be talking about a lease on this. I would be happy to pay for it outright.
Well, what about the facilities revolving fund with the money that we're getting from the SCA?
Yeah, we could pay for it out
Can we
of
pay
that.
for half of it out of
Well,
that?
I don't wanna-
and
I don't wanna
half
hit-
you-
yeah,
we
split it?
want to protect, we want to make sure that people's taxes are already, going crazy.
Mhm.
So, yeah, what are some creative ways we could fund it?
what do you
Yeah.
propose?
So creative ways would be, I can pay for it out of the facilities revolving fund. We can also draw it off of the facilities, capital improvement, capital reserve fund.
That though, that takes voter approval and it's harder to build up, right?
It takes voter approval to put the money in. Takes school board approval
To take it out.
To take it
What's the
out.
amount in that account?
I think it was over $300,000.
I would save that for
We're-
catastrophic
that
stuff.
feels
I would-
catastrophic.
Isn't that what we were dipping into for the roof?
Yeah, and then what other
I think the roof
projects?
is coming out of the year-end fund balance.
Yeah, the roof is coming out of year
He's
end.
already got that calculated.
That's already calculated, the millions,
Okay,
the
so-
millions still left over.
So trust funds are coming up. So why don't I just, so
Good
let's
thing we did
see,
these meetings together.
Yeah.
395,000 is in the capital improvement maintenance capital reserve fund. Okay. And in the facility use revolving fund, there is $234,584.
I have an idea.
Please.
I know you want him to answer, but he's leaving.
We just want answers.
Okay,
Just want
I'll give
answers.
you the answer. I would take 30 grand out of each fund. I'd take 30 from the year end. I'd take 30,000 from the 33 and.
I got you.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Take it from little areas so that it balances it out, but it doesn't hit the tax rate all at once. So if you do 30 grand out of the year end, 30 out of the capital, the money from the rent,
Mhm.
Ambrose language.
Yep.
And then the money that we put ahead for emergencies, then it's not gonna hurt any one account too significantly.
Yeah.
No, well,
Um,
taxpayers, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it saves, it saves the tax rate. It'd be like less than a penny.
And we save the taxpayers 20 some odd
Yeah,
thousand dollars. in
which
interest.
I don't
Yeah,
want,
I hate-
I don't
look,
recommend.
If it was a
spending
couple of grand, I would
hate-
lease,
yeah,
but
right.
not
20,000.
20.
I don't want to pay interest.
So-
I hate paying interest.
I would also want to read the enabling warrant article for the capital improvement and maintenance capital reserve fund to make sure that it does pay for equipment.
Yep.
I'd want to be absolutely certain,
Oh,
Yeah, we'll do
So-
our due diligence on that,
Yep.
but I like the idea. That's a good idea.
but I think we should, if we can't do that, then split
It's on
it
camera.
50-50.
Damn it.
50-50 between the facility revolving fund and the appropriation.
Because I said
Why would
something
you do
nice
that?
about it.
If I can't pull it out of the capital
Yeah, sure,
improvement,
do a 50-50 if not, because 50,000 is, look, 50,000 is a significant sum of money to
Well, no,
any one
but-
of us personally, but on a $40 million budget for what we'll get back in the long-term savings of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
and maintenance is.
What are the,
totally
what are
worth it.
the, what are the total number of sources? There's the facilities revolving,
yes,
capital reserve,
yes, and the contingency fund.
but also there's the rent.
Well,
That's-
the
that
rest
goes,
is
that
the
goes into
capital.
the capital.
That's
That's
the-
reserve.
the name, yeah, that's where it's located, I'm
The
sorry.
facility
Yeah,
is
but when is that,
revolving.
when is the next? That's,
That'll start
Installment.
going up in
but that's
September.
recently about to go up,
Yes,
which is an important, you know,
yes, agreed.
right? It's not like it's
Yeah.
the same as it was last year. It's
Yeah, I
more.
mean, we keep spending money out of that fund for technology, for stuff for buildings, and it's always at a couple $100,000
Right,
because there's money going in it
Right.
every month for rent.
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
Right.
we're
And there's gonna be
doing the
more,
right thing.
and there's gonna be more going in now than in
Yes.
previous years.
Yes,
yeah, once the parking lot's taken care of that we agreed to for that lease, we start making money again.
Right.
okay.
All right, so I like that. I like that plan.
So what I'm looking for from this committee is a recommendation to move this to the school board for, because it's over $20,000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
would like
we
to-
want
we would-
everybody.
we want
the
everybody
yes.
to be here.
And then I may need approval from them to withdraw the money from
Yep.
Yep.
from whatever fund that we need to do.
Yeah, so
Yep.
basically
Okay.
you're just telling him to move it forward.
Okay,
Yep, and
With the
And-
plan where we pay no interest,
Right.
we're just gonna pay for
We're
it
gonna pay for it.
outright,
Yep.
no lease.
but we're gonna spread it
Yep.
out.
Yeah,
Or try
we're gonna
to.
spread it across as
Mhm.
many
As
accounts
wide
as
as we
possible.
can, right.
Yep.
Okay,
and the plan will be in 2-ish years when the need arises to purchase another one of these pieces of equipment with another mower deck, I believe was the statement.
The add-ons.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
And
And
this
it's
is
nice.
gonna take care of the fields here as well as the fields over at Chase,
correct.
both locations.
What goes on at Memorial and Bakey?
Well, we
For this
still
kind of
use
stuff.
the same mowers.
We bring them over there and do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of the district property.
All the
yeah,
properties.
maintained by
Okay.
us.
I was thinking baseball fields.
Yeah,
That's a
I mean,
good
if we
place to
really
put
get
baseball
clever, we should
fields.
try to get Chinburg to pay us to mow his lawn too, for real.
Yeah,
I mean, we should talk to him about potentially mowing his lawn, because it looks awful.
which location?
The
For
seminary,
seminary.
Seminary, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for free.
we have, so we
Well,
can.
we gotta
can
stop
start-
doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
Manpower.
Copy.
Yeah,
Okey doke.
okay,
All right, yeah.
Do you have
let's-
what you need from us?
What do you think?
just to recommend it to the school board.
Yes.
Do they need to vote to do that, or are we good?
You guys are, well, if you guys are good, then I'm gonna be good.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
we are
Yes.
clear.
All right, the next one, same kind of funding. This one I want to kind of pay for outright.
Is there another pamphlet?
Yeah, do we have a
We can
cap out?
get- Can we get another tab?
Yeah.
The thing is adorable.
Oh, Dan's reaching into his
Watch out.
bottom.
He-
list.
he
He's
is.
getting-
He's
he's
pulling
got-
out. He's
he's got
pulling
his
one out.
He's gonna pull out this file
I could use
cabinet,
some of this.
pull open a drawer.
Poor now.
I could use some of these.
I'm
things.
glad I came over here, jeez, I just was
I wanna
looking
make
to
sure
see how
you have
everyone was
everything.
doing.
The
I
sway
gotta-
party is.
I gotta
fire.
dig a couple of trenches myself. like
Yeah.
this thing.
Oh, did you see the
The
trenching
trencher
tool?
looks great.
It's
yeah.
like lethal coming out the front.
A big chainsaw.
Like
Yeah, that's a little large. We need to down drive that. Yeah.
a micro. All right, so we're on the floor stripping machine.
Yes.
Okay.
How many
Okay.
attachments does that have?
One.
Okay.
So really, it's 3 floor stripping machines and 3 edgers. Okay. We currently have 3 machines in 3 of the buildings, and they use like a stripper material that has PFAS in it.
Yeah.
And we now have to capture that PFAS and dispose of it properly. Okay. So what these machines do is they strip the floor using water. Please please correct me, Dan, because you
No,
really
I'm
know
listening.
this
I'm
way
listening.
better than I do.
No, you're
Okay.
right.
It can also strip the floors significantly faster than our current method.
Mhm.
I mean, like to the point where Dan thinks he can get it back, get the cost back in 3.84 years just in the labor savings.
And that doesn't include stripper and everything else. that we're spending.
Right.
Because we're just stripping it with water.
What kind of technology does that?
It's basically a huge oscillating sander
Yeah.
that uses water at high RPMs to
Yeah,
remove the wax.
Okay.
The other ones were the circular ones that, you go back, they
Yeah.
call them side by side.
Okay.
And I have a book here, of every piece of equipment we own. But what I mean by side by side, if you don't know what that is.
Is that the one that just kind of?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So traditionally, the way we strip floors is, okay, you put down your stripper, you let it set for a period of time. You use a side by side, you strip it up, then you vacuum up the stripper, then you use a water rinse. You gotta mop it, vacuum it back up, then you put stripper down again, use the side by side and repeat 2 times. With this machine, you literally push it like a lawnmower.
Mhm.
And as you're going, it's vacuuming up all the old wax and it's ready for wax right after that. I mean, it's literally, you're walking and it strips the floor.
Yeah.
Vacuums it up, you dump the machine and you're,
It has problems with the edges, that's why you have to get the edger.
And
So
it's a
the-
different machine or an attachment?
it's an attachment.
It says
It's like a
attachments
vacuum.
too.
It's like a little upright.
I think
vacuum
Jeremiah
thing.
is gonna lose it on the
And it-
attachment.
Well, it's like an
It's gonna
orbital
become
sander.
unattached. Sorry, I couldn't help it. I
It's,
forget the
it's
camera's
like an
on.
orbital sander and it works flat and it also works on the
Yeah.
edge. So you can do
Yeah.
the rubber on the walls too.
Yeah.
And scrub that, because most of the time wax flaps on the wall.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you can get under cabinets, like these here, you can't use that machine under here.
Right.
So you use it, what they call a nano, and you can use it to get underneath cabinets, bookshelves, bakeries, and toys for because they have hanging lockers for all the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And we can't get under it with the machines.
Okay.
All right.
How many times a year are we stripping and waxing floors?
Once,
Once a year.
however, you can use this machine as a polisher. So
How often do we do that?
twice.
Well, this is the thing. You can put a different pad on there and you can use it on a daily basis just to do general floor scrubbing and it vacuums it up. Then you can put even a softer pad on there and actually polish the floors without any water.
So we would do it more often because we have the machine.
We have the machine and it takes the place of 3 other machines.
And
Do
we
we have
polish
the manpower though?
yeah, we polished the
Yeah.
floors in December and I think the April vacation.
So the thing is
Yeah.
really, the thing that's selling me on this is the water instead of PFAs.
Yeah, it's huge.
And by the way,
laws just changed too
today,
What
What
laws?
did they change?
PFAS laws.
yes. So we're now over the limit here at the high school.
4 parts per trillion is what the
In the water?
Yeah, we're at 4.1.
When is the last time we had it tested?
last quarter.
Quarterly, has it been consistently 4.1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know this because they all come to me, the emails when I forward them to everyone, like 6 billion PFAS emails.
They're giving us a period of time though to make the conversion to filtration systems or.
Yeah.
And what's that?
It's
I thought that was an extensive.
3, well,
time.
under the regulations, it's 3 years to
that's what I thought.
test the water.
Yeah.
We've already done the testing. Then
Yeah.
it's 2 years to actually implement a correction. Okay.
Okay.
And so it's really like a 5-year time frame.
Right.
Okay. I suspect Dan is going to move forward with a solution sooner as when the funding comes out, because they're promising $1 billion to go towards equipment to capture the PFAS. And when the funding comes out, Dan will be right there.
Yeah, because I already have a bid on a PFAS removal system for the school here already.
Mhm.
Because I knew this was happening a year ago.
Yeah, we talked- I remember we
Make
talked
sure
about
This is all good and ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be funny here, but this is kind of the, I find one of the circular science pieces of this argument. So we're talking about, you liked it because it's not PFAS, but there's PFAS in the water that we're using.
And it could have come from the strippers,
My
the floor
guess,
stripper.
with my background in water science or whatever, I think we did it to ourselves because as you use cleaning material, stripping for years, the policy is you dump it in the drain.
Yeah.
Well, it goes right into our septic field, it leaches out, and where's it
It's
leach
in
to?
the water, in the ground. Yeah.
Because we don't have this issue at Bakey or Memorial at this point. And since last year, we started harvesting our wastewater that has PFAS in it, and we send it off now. So we don't even dump our stuff in the drain system.
Mhm.
I knew this law was going to take effect because there's rumors now that they're going to start possibly testing our septic water.
Mhm.
And if it has PFAS in our septic water, now it's considered hazmat, and we have to pay a lot of money to have it disposed of. So I'm trying to break that chain right now and getting our tanks cleared out of PFAS. So it's just raw sewage in there rather than PFAS. But you're right, there is PFAS in the water, which is gonna be in the water system, but we gotta break that chain somewhere. You know,
So
we
you
can't
think
keep
we're
adding
adding to it enough?
It's also
to
very
show-
like at a lower
Yeah.
concentration probably than it's coming out of the cleaner.
Mhm.
You know?
Oh, yeah,
in
when
the
you're
stream,
dumping
you know what I
those
mean? Like
cleaners and
that's-
strippers, you are jacking that
Right.
rate way up. And a lot of the cleaners we use, are now PFAS free. And in fact, I'm
Mhm.
gonna look at another system here shortly, but that
Mhm.
has no chemicals in it at all.
We could have also gotten it from the plant in Merrimack.
Mhm.
And we could have also gotten it from the contamination that's on the plains.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so
everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
In,
Everywhere.
So it's just, we
So this
just
is
have to be on
not,
top
this
of
is
it.
not us. This is everywhere. Just want to be clear.
Yep.
it's not measurable though at Bakey or at Memorial and a lot of places in Kingston. It is measurable here.
Sure. And so what is I'm just gonna ask the question. So, and let's be honest, none of us here are medical doctors or PFOA experts.
I'm a doctor.
So what is
He
I
put,
knew
he
it.
put medical on there.
You had to say it.
I did, I said medical.
For very,
So what are the health risks?
The
Of
carcinogen.
PFAS, PFOA.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
So I had to test because it's so high at the military base and
Oh,
they,
yeah, PFAS.
and they-
Pizza is just completely off the charts.
so we tested and guess what? They gave us the results afterwards and they said, yep, you're really high. You're in like the top 0.1% of the world. Right. And we said, great. And then they said, here's what we know about it. We don't know anything.
Mhm.
Bring this to your doctor.
Mhm.
Tell your doctor what? That you're in the top 0.1%. There is no information yet.
Mhm.
So I respectfully, I disagree. Like, I don't
No,
know.
that's fine.
Like,
wait, was
so I don't want to be panicking about something that
Oh,
I
no,
get
no,
it. There's,
The PFAS thing, what we're saying is we're walking to a solution.
sure.
We've been working for coming up with a solution.
Yep.
We're waiting for funding, and he's gonna propose something to you. I'm not asking for a solution for the water tonight.
Sure.
We're just saying that in this particular floor scrubbing thing, we're moving away from a product that has PFAS already in it.
Gotcha.
The
So what
other
was
thing
your
we're-
buyback time? You made a comment about.
3.8.
is it
3.8
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
In,
in terms of
just in
labor
the savings of the labor cost.
in floor waxes have a lot of PFAS. SC Johnson is the only company right now that's manufacturing floor wax without PFAS.
Yep.
And we're using their product starting this year.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for doing that, Dave.
Yeah.
But does that negate the need to buy a new machine?
No.
Okay.
No, our equipment's failing.
Okay,
So
so we have a
I've-
problem, two layers.
Yes, I've shown some pictures that are included in the package here
Yeah.
where you can see where some of the pieces are rotting out.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
It's,
No, I mean, I think what's the, I'm just reading about PFAS. I remember I had something.
Yeah.
What is,
I mean, DES, New Hampshire DES has had a whole thing on the side effects. It's associated with cancer pockets throughout the nation.
yeah, no, it's a thing. Cause I remember when I replaced the water filters in my house, we use, those Hydroviv. Have you seen those? Hydroviv filters. They're like supposed to be, the tagline is tailored tap water. It's better than will break your ankles. But it's they do an analysis of, it's sort of crowdsourced data for your area.
Mhm.
And they're like, I tell them, Newton, New Hampshire. They're like, oh yeah, da 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 da. We have all this data from a million sources, governmental agencies, this, that, and the other thing, and people sending water samples in from Newton, right? And they'll be like, oh yeah, and this actually was confirmed because at the same time, of course, I did a water test at Granite State Analytical just to see if it matched high levels of arsenic, PFAS, all the things that are in there, cobalt, random bad stuff. And they're like, yeah, we optimize the filters, pore size being tiny to try and eliminate all those things, all, a million things. But they seem to be, they seem that the literature was definitely moving in the direction that these things are carcinogens, so
Yeah.
like, or at least, I mean, it's not like there's enough data to say that they're like smoking cigarettes.
Let's just say this, the
But-
EPA has made it illegal to manufacture PFAS in the United States. It can't be manufactured. So the PFAS we're getting now in this country is all imported PFAS.
I actually have to say I know this is gonna sound funny, but ski wax.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah, we
going
shared
nuts
that
about
article.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going nuts about it.
Most, yeah, it's a surfactant and it's a wax. And
Yeah.
it's using, firefighting equipment for the biggest time.
Yeah.
It was all PFAS coated.
That's where
And
supposedly
most
ours
of
came
your
from.
firefighters,
Yeah.
have cancer from that.
Yeah.
They can't link it positively,
Right.
but
Right.
look at your data.
Yeah. And just to let you all know, all of our water samples are publicly available on the DES's website.
So back to the thing here, because we're going to be chewing up.
Yeah.
So how many machines are we looking at getting? Where are these machines going to be? What's the cost? Where's the money coming from?
3 machines, 1 for each of the buildings. Well, 3 floor scrubbers and 3 edgers.
Yeah.
Okay. The total cost for the 3, well, it's really 6 machines, $43,700.31. I was proposing to take it out of year-end surplus. There's also the facilities revolving fund, and we could also do a lease purchase with the vendor.
And what's
Okay.
that? What's the interest on the lease purchase?
Um,
Sorry, Jeremiah. I stole your thunder.
Next question.
I did a,
I think Rick's going to be really bummed out he wasn't here for this.
Oh, man.
I know.
He was missing.
He loves talking about.
Well, he's also super knowledgeable because of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right?
but I don't think that's the
He
right.
helps us.
I didn't really believe their factor. They're saying between 2.1 and 4.6% interest rate, depending upon whether you do 5-year down to 2 years.
What page are we on? Sorry.
This is on page 7.
How long does it take?
Oh, there we go.
Like if we use our current machine, we have to do it twice. We go over the floor twice with it.
Yeah,
right?
and
And
then
then
we
clean
have
up
to
things
use
and all the
vacuum
things.
cleaners
Yeah,
to
all
go
the
over it,
things.
so it's multiple pieces of equipment.
Right. So like the school, for example,
Mhm.
how long
I
to
think
do
it's
one pass?
Well, we're
Or do you break up
figuring
the
about
areas?
30 minutes to 45 minutes in a classroom.
Oh,
On a
wow.
regular, the conventional way we're doing it,
Yeah.
it's about 4.5 hours per classroom.
Okay.
So we
Wow.
can do a hallway in about an hour compared to.
You're saying that we can save that kind of time and
Oh,
efficiency on
absolutely.
40 grand?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
The payback's
Sorry, guys.
3.8 years.
I would just, yeah.
This is why I'm like,
The
this is
PFAS thing doesn't even.
this is a
Why are
no-brainer
we talking
purchase.
about PFAS?
Well,
Let's talk about that.
let me say this though, just devil's advocate, at that speed, do we need 3?
Well, because we have 3 schools that we do over the summer for one thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a
And-
very quick turnaround.
And like I said, with it being multiple use,
Mhm.
we can eliminate a lot of the older equipment in these
Right.
schools without going out and buying something specific for it.
And we have room. So I know what those little things, how
Yeah,
big those are versus these things.
it's this unit right there.
Yep.
It's called the Hero.
Are we going to be able to store that?
Oh, absolutely. We got plenty of room in these closets for,
Yeah.
we have
Okay.
a room with 3 or 4. of
Have you ever
these
seen
smaller ones.
what we jokingly call the room of requirement, which is like this huge area? And there's plenty of room in this building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Oh,
What are you thinking for,
doesn't tell you the
Well, I didn't get an answer on the
Interest?
the interest if we leased.
sale price is 43.
yeah,
Is
and
that
that's for
43 per unit or total?
total. 3 Tomcat Heroes and 3 Nano Edge Scrubbers.
They sound like
I love the nano edge scrubber. Like
I
it's
feel
gonna-
like
like
we're,
Military.
they sound like
I
military
feel like we're
equipment.
in
Sounds like a
Maverick.
phase
Yeah,
raiser.
exactly.
It sounds like
Phase
a
raiser.
F-14
Yeah.
Tomcat.
Get us 3 Tomcat
We'll
Heroes,
have-
calling it 3 Nano
That's
Edge
the Nano
Scrubbers.
Edge scrubber.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And that's
this
what
seems like
we
a
did.
kind of a no-brainer. This
Yeah.
one. I mean, I know
Dan
we
gets excited
Alright.
about this stuff.
I can tell. Yeah.
That's my bread and butter.
I know.
Yeah.
It's fun.
we pressed on it a little
Christmas,
hard.
Okay.
man.
I calculated the interest to be between 4.94% and 6.2,
Okay.
depending upon each of the items.
Yeah, but
Over how
if
many years?
It
Give me a
ranges.
dollar. Like the 20, you said 20 grand.
Yeah.
But it's
What's
like-
that cost?
If we were to just buy it outright, it's 41,900.
And how much is it if we lease it? The total
If
cost?
for 2 year, the total cost is going to be 46,500.
Yeah. Just buy it outright.
$5 grand difference.
Yeah, I'd save the 5 grand. It's
Yeah.
only
See,
41,000.
to me, this was more of an option of just buying outright.
Yeah.
Where the
Yeah.
Ventrac to me was,
Yeah, 'cause
was
you're
more
not-
of a lease. This isn't, even though this is gonna impact the tax rate.
Matt, my advice,
Do the same
sorry,
thing.
I'm not gonna tell you what to
Oh,
do.
well, do the same thing.
Well, or what I would recommend, this is a perfect example of, hey, folks, we rented out the middle school and we've rented out the back half of the middle school. Let's use that money to invest back in our facilities because it's facilities money.
Yeah.
And take it right from that account.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just pay the 40, because it comes right from rent to maintenance.
Does that work, Matt?
Mhm.
That works for me. Yep.
If the money is, if money's
Yeah, I
there?
mean, that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that taking that 40 grand out? It's not gonna significantly impact any other project we wanted to do.
Well,
Like the roof.
Like the
Memorial.
roof.
it's not gonna impact the roof at Memorial. It's gonna probably change our conversation for technology purchases. So we're
So
gonna
should
have
we
to
take it
start,
out of the-
no, we're gonna have to start shifting towards the facility use revolving fund towards the appropriation for technology, which is a direction that we need to go in anyways.
We were talking about that last year. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be, we're still gonna bring this to the whole board, yeah?
Yes,
Mhm.
because,
That will be in May.
yeah, again, yeah,
Is that a little,
Well, I'm under the wire to get these ordered because there's a lag time of getting them, and I don't want to get them after the summer, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, we need them before.
We're
the
gonna
summer.
pull
We're
the trigger
talking
to it
about
now.
two weeks. Well, no, May 15th is the next board meeting. Because we have the Fremont board meeting, the first meeting in May on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We meet the week after.
What do you mean? We meaning
The regular school board meeting is the following week.
okay.
So in May, we actually have 2 meetings because of Fremont.
Can we not put this in the agenda because of the timely
Well,
requirement?
Matt could email the board and ask for approval and then just do it at a permit at the board meeting. So people could just email him back and say, yeah, we're good.
we can do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would just be, I don't know how people are going to respond. They might go, yeah, this is great. We've reviewed it. Or they might go, we have some questions. Can we talk about it?
And they can
So-
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll make sure I keep a list of that and we'll
Okay.
Talk about
publicly,
the meeting.
publicly
Right,
say
as
it in
long as
May.
we don't do it often.
Yep.
But I think that in light of the ordering.
Yeah.
Window,
Yeah.
Matt could email the board and say, hey, everyone, the facilities committee met, we'd like to spend this money on this
Yeah.
from this account.
Yeah.
And this is why.
Right.
Can you just email me a yay or a nay?
Yeah.
If it's a nay,
Yep.
I'll call you and discuss.
Yep.
And truly, to be supportive, because Rick is such a solid member of this group.
Mhm.
I want you to call him and talk to him
Yep.
tomorrow about it first.
Sure.
Don't email the board until you get Rick's approval.
Yep.
If Rick says no way, we need to meet, then this group
Yeah.
needs to meet again before we do.
Yep.
it. Which
Absolutely.
means you have to have another meeting next
Yep.
week.
Yeah.
But I
Which
think
is
he'll be
fine.
okay as long as you guys are good.
I do appreciate it, only because it is a huge time saver.
This was the
Yeah.
reason
Oh,
why
yeah.
we had to meet tonight.
Hey, Tom, they
Yeah.
voted to meet every week.
Oh, great. Good luck.
It came at the recommendation of Matt Angel.
Yeah.
T-shirts are on order as well,
Yeah.
but we're leasing them, so. it'll be
Yes,
fine.
it'll be
We'll
fine.
lease the t-shirts.
Okay. Next item,
Okay, I gotta get back to my list here.
budget adjustments,
Yes,
special education.
so I have 3 of them. And these relate to, special education. The first one is for, let's move them all together, okay? The first one's for $18,685.44. It's to cover the tuition from February to June for a student. Okay?
Okay,
The second one is going to be 53,000 even. This one here is going to cover a special education school for a newly accepted student. It's tuition.
okay.
And then the third one is a foster school placement.
What does that mean? First time I've heard that.
Me too.
So if a kid ends up in foster school or foster care, we still have to pay for their education,
Wherever that's,
wherever that
wherever
student
that
is.
student is. Okay.
Okay, they came from Kingston and Newton. They may have ended up in
Foster care
Derry,
and
in
dairy.
foster care in Derry. We still have to pay
They
for
gotta go to dairy.
the
Is
tuition
it-
costs.
Is it for
It's
tuition or
per-
transportation?
It's tuition per their IEP.
Okay. And was dairy just an example or they could have
Well,
ended up anywhere?
here it says Great Bay Charter School
Tuition is
and
dairy.
Pinkerton Academy.
I see there. Okay.
Okay, $34,929.
And because they're coming from here, We are
We're obligated to pay for them.
legally bound to pay for it.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay. So, I need approval for those three.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the special education budget adjustments as we just outlined.
Second. Any discussion?
No.
All in favor? Unanimous.
Okay, the next item is year-end estimate, and I'm still at $1 million. It's looking better every day. So I'm still plugging at $1 million. Okay.
Mhm.
I can give you more definite numbers by the end of May for June.
Or more accurately, the other Matt will, because he's got to practice.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I was just gonna say in this process, I mean, this is his only chance to really work with you hand in hand, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been working together the last. few
Yes.
weeks. Yeah. we're-
Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean, on the year end,
And
like,
Yes.
okay,
Oh yeah, we went
Right.
through it
Yeah, we did.
heavily today.
Yeah.
to reiterate, this would be $1 million that would be
Returned.
returned to taxpayers over and above the 2.5% that the board tonight voted to. return.
Yes,
Thank you.
that's correct.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Trust fund balances. I'm just going to read them out really quickly. Special education expendable trust fund for February is $257,395.96. The capital improvement and maintenance capital reserve fund is $395,792.91. The unanticipated education expenses, $267,048.71. The unanticipated utility costs, $156,579.74. The facility use revolving fund, $234,584.43. With the contingency fund, now this is the old contingency fund. So back at February, we had a total reserve of $1,924,241.75. Now, and this evening, the school board approved the contingency fund at $652,002.
got it. So Matt, for my memory here, so the town of Kingston and Newton just passed our warrant articles. When do those amounts, those appropriated amounts go into these funds?
Oh, into the fund?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah, so these balances don't reflect.
they do not reflect
That's what I
what
thought.
happened in March.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
We move the money after July 1st,
Okay.
because what you
You have to have a
voted
year-end.
is for the fiscal year
Yep.
that begins July 1st.
Yep.
Using the surplus at the end of June 30th.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. That's a great question.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, this question.
I don't have any manifest questions.
I had two I asked Matt tonight. He answered both of them.
Okay.
Thank
And
you,
then,
sir.
You're welcome. Any,
No old business.
No.
I'd like to take a moment to pause for any public comments. No public comment.
okay,
Or you chair, Jeremiah?
yeah, we voted.
Yes.
him in. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
He endorsed himself too.
Yes.
did?
Oh, yeah.
Humbly.
Humbly.
you.
Humbly.
Humbly.
Humbly endorsed. With not regret. Okay, there any other alibis?
You guys good? Because this is your meeting. If it,
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
all I
it?
got.
Okay. It is 7:21. We will adjourn the meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you.